Hi everybody, welcome to Whiskey Mystery. I'm Phil. And Falscraft, you're back from holiday. Well, cheers for that. That's good. I'm just looking at the Scotch whiskey auction closing. Might have bid on something. The Springbank Local Barley 10 Oloroso. Current price, £560.
For 9 years.
For the 10 year. The one that we like the least. The dark one. 560. That means it's going to be $1,000 bottle by the time it got fees and shipped. What else was there? I saw something else. The bourbon wood, which is just about on the end of the shelf. We didn't like that much. How much do you think that one's selling for? No, not that much. But the current bid, £280 for the bourbon wood for 14. It's true. It is. It's almost $500. And we were like, nah, it's like $100 bottle. And one more. The Springbank Local Barley, but the 16-year-old, the first one, is now at £700. Is the current bid. It's good, but it's not. I mean, I still prefer the 9-year-old. Actually, how much is the 9-year-old going for? I didn't even look that one up. Let's see. Local barley. Where's the old cheap one? The cheap one. No, 11. Where's the 9? Oh no. 11. Aren't they in well, let's go through them. We've got the normal 10 year from 207, 280, 300. Good grief. The most recent 10 year, 260. And even the 9-year-old is £260. $500 bottle. Why? I mean, I'm glad we have a few. Right. Can you tell I've got two monitors stacked on top of each other?
Why? It's because they're not making it anymore.
Collectible craziness. Having said that, if you go and look at Cadenhead independent bottles, for example, you can still see things like a Glengarry 25-year-old for about £100. Somewhere, you can. There's still good prices. Madness, Tim. Donna Pass, it is. How's the smoke by you, Tim? Right, Bobby J. Are you working, Bob, or are you in the aisles, or are you at home? Right, we should just get on. Let's see. I just bid $350 for a Dalmore 12. Fingers crossed, Whiskey 101. It could be. The Dalmore 12 is still here, waiting to be discovered. The treasure is waiting to be unearthed. Okay, shall we get on with it? Been chatting a bit. So, by the way, you can see that the bottle on the end of the shelf. Can you actually just grab it?
Okay.
Yeah. We decided to move the Glentocher's archives off the shelf only because we've got nothing left. And we don't remember too much about it other than it was good. But it was just so that the Springbank can live on for another week. But is today's going to push it off? Let's get on with it and find out. Bottle number 210, picked by Bruce. So, timer. For the next 12 minutes, we're going to nose it, taste it, rank it on the shelf. If it's in our top 20% of whiskies we've ever tasted, it makes it on the shelf now. Ben Nevis still holding strong at the top, but getting some very solid ones even at the low end of our scale. This one, I can tell you we've drunk almost all of it. Let me charge up the viscometer. Could have been doing that while we were chatting. And then we'll get on with it. But yesterday's glass. Okay, so it is a little sherry, but not too much sherry there. And start. I'll give it a few extra seconds at the end. Chocolate powder. So we thought it was sherry and ex-bourbon mixed, which normally points towards an official bottle if they've done a kind of vatting or a blend.
Vanilla.
Oh, Gigi, 8 days till you go to Campbelltown. The wee tune. Fantastic. You driving all the way or are you going to get the ferry? I'll probably miss the answer. Volscroft, today's title does not sound like an awfully pushy whiskey somehow. It's funny, isn't it? Because the more we tasted it, the more impressed we are. But it is somehow boring at the same time as being excellent. Now, is there anything peated left behind?
The funk.
Tiny bit, but it might just be a bit of barrel char or something.
More of sweet cheese.
Sweet cheese. But not, it's not Springbank cheese though.
No.
Right.
Maybe no.
Let's see what we're going to get for bottle number 210. There's 96 to go. I think I almost emptied that. Now, bubbles not so big, so we're not in cask strength land. Let's see. Let's just go 43 and 46 at the same time. Oh, if you could see it, it'd be slightly better. So could be either of those, couldn't it? I think, I don't remember it being overly strong. You can never tell from the bubbles between 40, 43 and 46. Hardly ever, because even 40 can have fairly big bubbles. So let's presume it's below 48 then, because 48 really does start to have a sort of a head of bubbles or beads. Yeah. So I think it's 46 or below. Now, let's do the empty glass pour.
It's a freshly bought and there are a touch of smoke.
A touch of smoke. It's more like
maybe a shot batter.
If this is a peated whiskey, it's only peated in the way that a blended whiskey might have a little bit of peat in. Of course, it could be a very old whiskey with a little bit of peat also. Gerben, I would go for perfection and enjoy it. Yes, you might have a point there. A bit more of a positive outlook, isn't it? Gigi, okay, you're going to drive, but going to Arran for the day. Okay, so you'll be getting on a boat somewhere.
It's kind of there's the sweetness.
Yeah, it's quite bright actually, isn't it today? It's not heavy sherry.
I'm getting tone of sherry.
A little bit.
Soft. Beef.
Again, everything is integrated about this. That's what we kept coming back to yesterday.
Yeah. Vanilla.
Teddy's guessing Balblair.
Sherry.
I've just got an eye on the viscometer. Let's see. Slightly kind of apple and herbal on the top.
A baked nectarine.
Yes, more like baked apples probably. Okay, viscometer and 339. Okay, that works out at 105%. So it's actually slightly below average viscosity. 106.7 is very common. 105 going slightly below. Oh, it's smelling better and better though. It does have that sort of oaky dustiness about it that normally comes with older whiskies.
Caramel sugar.
Yeah.
But with a touch of earthy.
Earthy caramels in there as well. But everything is very kind of vapory as opposed to heavy.
And very integrated.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to leave that. I want to leave that glass to vapor off.
Oil.
Let me use yours glass and we'll do a watery version. Now, I don't want to waste too much of it because we've got almost nothing left. And I just don't know what sample we have. Could be a full bottle, but that could be it, depending if it's a shared one. That brought out a little bit more of the fruit, I think, with the water. It reminded me a little bit of the Arran 14 that time, actually.
Right, that's sugar. More of an onion than caramel sugar.
Oh, that is nice. Even with that much water.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah. With the water.
So now you think young.
It's fine. Fresh.
Let's go straight to full power and see what we get. Oh, nice. Go on, you have a taste first.
New leather,
New leather.
but almost new fishing net.
If I had to guess, I would say this is either very refill sherry or something like, 30-40% sherry. It's not even that strong. Like, even if it was a finish, it was almost like it's finished in a refill sherry barrel, something like that.
That of mid-earth.
I'm waiting for you to taste. The colour doesn't suggest too dark, but
It's that beautiful, smooth, honey.
oh, little minty notes over the top as well.
Similar to Aaron. Syrien, malty, syrien, very moist.
I might...
But not for off, maybe, yeah.
I think it's old now. I thought yesterday...
Oh, now I'm getting a soapy finish.
I can tell you yesterday I was thinking, oh, maybe it's something like Yamazaki 12. 43% and very dialed in. But now I'm thinking it's older. And what about the strength? It might be strong.
Body thick.
Yeah, it might be higher than 43.
Too short. But I really like the first half. Isn't that in me? Then quickly first half.
It has the characteristics of an older whiskey in the way that the flavours come through. Like it starts low and then rises up, and then you get the complexity, little mint notes, little floral with those caramels. And the finish is long, nice spiciness about it. But it's just a little thin, isn't it?
Soapy.
Okay, a tiny bit of soapiness. I'm going to have to drink more of it to try and get a fuller flavour.
I'm not really excited about it. There was no other new flavour, nothing mysteries. Really straightforward.
Take a little bit more of a mouthful. It's very, very good. In a way, what could I compare it to being good? You know when you go on a brand new piece of road that's just been paved and it's super smooth and all the lines look perfect and the road is straight and it's fast and you go like, wow, this is great. But then you're like, nah, could use a few turns. It feels a bit like that.
Not even turny.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a very straight, perfect road where it's impressive.
Now that the finish is getting more of mint. But more of a mint oil rather than that fresh mint.
Okay. Let's do some comparisons and see if that helps us work things out a little bit. What should we go first? Right. Better or worse, this is a 43% whiskey as well. Okay, way thinner. But
There is more Ex-Bourbon, more smoky, but there's some character.
would you say it's better?
But it is better.
This is better,
Yeah.
but it's not a million miles away from it, is it? It has a similar characteristic, but a bit thinner.
But
Now, I brought it up because this is Antiquary 21, a tomatin-based blend. Obviously, it has grain in, and it would have a little bit of peat. It's definitely better than that.
yeah, because it's the creamier. It's very integrated.
Here's a darker one, 46%. Okay, way more sherry for a start when you stick your nose in that.
Oh yeah,
And now this
almost
is...
suffery.
Okay, have a taste. Better or worse, though?
Very suffery. I like it. It's almost garlicky. Dr. Egg.
Almost Craig Ellicky.
Well,
See, this has more character up front, but then actually the finish is quite thin on this.
I go for this.
Okay. I thought this might happen, you see. Bunnahabhain 18 is way more sherried The gold label box.
But I think me go okay.
They're close, but okay.
I'm not happy with the second half.
Try this then. Another 46%er. Okay, you go first. I might need a little bit more. Oh, that's all that's left. We might have to raid the timer bottle.
I'm not going to be sure. I'm sure. Go for this.
Try that one again now. Time is up. Okay, so it is much greener, isn't it?
Yeah,
Grassy.
that's why I prefer Reno. I mean,
I think there's a bit more depth to this though because of what I presume is the sherry. This one, which I thought you would like, it's another Bunnahabhain, but this is Ex-Bourbon, and it's called Hike to the Haven, this one from Weems. 46%, and this is, I believe, a 23-year-old, I think it is.
I like this one.
So, where would you put this on the shelf? No, hang on. I've got one more. One more.
Very buttery.
Do you prefer that? I'm a bit surprised by that.
Oh, it's bad thin.
It tasted thin today.
It's bad. It's some more sugar in it.
Is this better? No, coming back to it, it's not better. So,
I really like that one.
you like the Bunnahabhain.
Yes.
So I think today's is actually top shelf, isn't it?
No, maybe you.
Oh, hang on. Better than that. I think I preferred it more than the independent Bunna because I think what I presume is sherry.
That's why.
It adds a little bit of richness. I think we are above. Ooh, I think we're on the top shelf up there somewhere. Right. Picture before I forget. See, it does look slightly anemic, doesn't it? But I do notice whenever I get into drawing those little flower things, it almost always turns out to be an old whiskey. And so it was funny. I thought it was young until I was drawing the picture and I was like, oh, but hang on, I'm adding the little flowery things. So it must be an old one. So just, there you go. You have to raid the timer bottle. Let's go to the list. Let's go to the list. No, that's the chat. Where's the list? So presume we are in the 43, 46. Bobby J, loves better or worse? I think it really helps confirm your shelf placement. And it also just helps. It helps sometimes when you're thinking, does this have sherry or not? And then you have an ex-bourbon and then you come back and you go, okay, now I can get it. Or you go more sherry like the Bunna 18 and you come back and you go, okay, it must have some ex-bourbon in it.
And also it is very different because of apple.
Yeah. Okay. What can it be? I think Dalmore is safe for today. There are a couple of Balblairs that it might be. Who knows about these, like the Glenkeith. Lime Burner, if it's 43, a Solera. What's in the 46s? Don't think it's sherried enough for Highland Park 25, but oh wow, it could be. No, not enough. Anok, I think that's more. It could be a Balblair. Laddie 22. Kleinlish. Dathmill? Oh, 2006. I think there's a zero missing in the spreadsheet. I mean, Loch Lomond, Old Putney 21. That Old Putney is sherried, I think, isn't it? Red Spot, we didn't mention Irish. There's a blend. Bunna 25. Right.
I am actually disappointed about this. At the moment, after the moment, there's no spark. There's nothing unique. No character. There's no personality.
But it's really good.
Because of sugar, there's a lot of sugar in it.
It's like a perfectly dressed person.
Yes.
But they don't really have anything interesting to say. Okay. We can also read the viscometer. Yes. You're right, Falsgraf. Maybe Balblair 91. Right, let's go.
It's not that dirty enough.
Bobby is going with Macallan 18. It could be. It could be. Ah, right. Balblair's Whiskey Fin. Anok 24 really needs time in the glass and some water to open up. Now, Deepers does get a drop of water before we set up. Okay, I think...
There's not much going on.
Just not much going on.
Very
But it's so well balanced.
And a coolie finish.
This is why I kept coming back to, like, maybe it is Yamazaki 12. Is that a little bit of peat? I don't think it's Yoichi because we like that more.
Yeah.
Could it be a 15?
Oh, yeah, it could be. Because...
I don't think it's a laddie.
Sherry.
Hold on.
I'm going to pick it up Satana and reason. I hope not.
My mind is going to this. Bunnahaven 25. I think Old Pulteney 21. Old Pulteney 21, I think, is a more sherried version of Old Pulteney. There's the Balblair. And there's also the Clynelish. Another one from Weems, Ex-Bourbon, though. So I'm going to say probably not if that's Ex-Bourbon. Could it be the 30-year Spirit of Freedom?
No. It is but to a fact.
Well, this does have grain whiskey in.
No, there's not much going on. It's too smooth. I'm not supposed to say the word smooth.
Smooth is a totally fine word to use in the right context. Confident use of the word smooth is fine. Insecure use of the word smooth, not so good. I wasn't picking anything Old Pulteney-ish about it.
It's been more alert.
Could be.
I put the author. Maybe not.
Well, you may as well. There's nothing left. Balblair.
I think yummy the first half.
I'm rejecting.
Yeah.
I'm rejecting my Yamazaki.
It's tough.
I'm going for.
These are all 25 years.
I'm going for Bunna 25 with the backup of Old Pulteney.
No, something 50 years.
Okay, Deepa's going for Red Spot. Now, we didn't mention anything winey in all of this, and this does have a Marsala finish.
I'm not going to use Satana or reason, but there was something sherry in it.
All right, get your guesses in. Let's see. Red Spot. Bruce is on Red Spot. You could have a double win. You're in the running with Phil Falsgraf. Bruce is also going Laddie 22. How many are you going for, Bruce?
No, that the finish, not that. Oh, the finish.
Are you ready for the reveal?
Of course.
Of course. How many times is Deepa, of course, not ready? ABV is 46. Okay, 46%. Age. This is the big one. Age is 18.
Amon, yeah. This one.
No, not Longmorn. Loch Lomond. Do we have any other 18s in the 46s? We'll just get on with it. $168 though. I don't think that's right. Remember when I said, but not Campbelltown cheese? Deeper.
No, I not really.
You said cheesy. We didn't even bring that in. I think it's Springbank 18. Well, okay.
What is the percentage of sherry?
This one we don't know because this is a bottle which doesn't have. It says 1002 on the inside of the label, and they changed that dating a while. Oh, hang on, bombs. You know.
But we got a bit of funk.
Yeah.
And we got a bit of mint.
I know what you're all thinking. Look at their disappointment of another Springbank disaster. Because it's now bottom of the shelf. Oh, can you go and get a whiskey?
Yeah, the man got down. Can
you go and get the recent Springbank 18 that we bought from Total Wine? It's in the white cabinet.
Purple 18.
Purple label, 18 years old. Let's see how fast Deepa runs down the stairs. What was I saying? Yes, you can see our disappointment of being like, oh, let down by another Springbank. Although we did have perfection in the name. Let me go to the chat while Deepa's grabbing that bottle. Let's see. Or Springbank Volksgraf. So maybe. No, Springbank 18 Whiskey 101. Yes. Did anyone actually get this? James, oops, lol. Yeah, exactly. I wonder what it sells for on the auction. Anyway. Didn't think it was Loch Lomond, and that's cheap. Yes. 2 Springbanks in a row. Yes, and 2 Springbank. Oh no, hang on. It's not bottom shelf though, is it? I just realised it's actually. We're saying it's at top shelf. What am I saying? It's not a disappointment. Didn't think it was the Loch Lomond. Oh yeah, got that. Just mentioned it before them, Volksgraf. Oh, so I think you might have just sneaked in. Okay. I remember trying to look. Let me have a look. I'm going to refer to the spreadsheet and see. But I get the feeling I don't know what this makeup is on this Springbank. But let's see. No, I don't have it. I just... Now, the new one, though, is 88% bourbon. 88 and 12% port. So no sherry in this at all. Now, when we have had this before. If you go and look at our Springbank lineup, the 21 lineup, we included the 19-year Ex-Bourbon and we included this one. And I'm pretty sure we called this one either Missing Fruit or Canned Fruit. I think Canned Fruit was the 2015 Springbank 21. I think we called this one... I think we called it Missing Fruit. And we were also disappointed with it at the time. Let's combine forces.
Again, so it's about 88% sherry.
I don't know what this is. This is Ex-Bourbon with a bit of port. This is not in the blind tasting. There's just this left. Now,
can I give you blind taste?
Slightly funny story with this one in that this is about a $260 bottle here in California. But I was in Total Wine and noticed they had it priced at $180. Well, sorry, $208 by the time you pay the taxes. And it must have been older stock or an older pricing in the one store. And we bought it. We went out to the parking lot.
Yeah.
And we had a little sip. We're like, I think I'm going to go in and get the other two.
I told him, just go back.
So we actually got more. Right, so 2 Springbank. Do we know the year? Now, on the label, you probably won't be able to see it, but there was a point where Springbank labelled on the inside. See at the back on the inside there? It actually says 1002. Somebody might be able to work out what date that is, because on the new ones you will get the laser etch. Now this one, the port one we have is 70120. Okay, well 2002. So it's It's possible this is a 2010. Then this is a 20. Okay. You taste the old one.
I'm gonna give you back this.
Okay, give me blind. Oh.
But give me enough. Got to try. Only this part.
I only got it after the mention. So okay, group pick. Hi, Alan. Just made it. You're just in time for a little blind shuffle. I think I poured some down the outside of that. Right, we'll go for group pick. So while we're doing this little blind, you do group pick. Right. So I'm thinking of missing fruit versus the port one. Today's new one, I think. Let me go this first. Wow, it tastes fantastic today. I mean now, whatever that is. Okay. This is slightly more like Longrow Red. I presume this is this one. The little winey note at the end, but it has more powerful flavors. But I realized after you went out of the room, I thought this was a disappointment, but I was still saying it was top shelf. So,
but for me, it's at the bottom shelf.
Okay, close your eyes. Oh, that's true. The Longrow 18 Aquami. Better or worse between those two? Oh, I don't have it here. But
It's a bit fishy. Obviously not today. It's different. I'm not like it that much. It's very endurant, very creamy. I like it more.
okay, so you actually like the old one more.
You mean this one?
Yeah. Now,
I can be bad again.
no, it's potentially from 2010. Now, Aquami says...
Let me try it again of this one.
Okay. As you noticed, this one was a bit cold from the garage.
I think about 80 years.
Both 18 years old. Now, we paid $168 for this one, and we paid $200.
I think it's better that it is watery. It's a bit thin. This one is very good. It's really thick. I prefer this over that. That is.
Aquami is asking, this one or Longrow 18?
Oh, but I have a rather. I just.
From your memory?
I think that is better.
Okay, you can go and get it if you want to. I would pick Longrow 18 off the top of my head, but I think it's because it's more obvious. We tend to have a Longrow bias because of the peat. Right, let's see. I'm just going to look for Bob. So, okay, Bob's first in, I think, with the group pick. Bob had called out middle section. Oh, Alan, you preferred the 10. Oh, just not that much better than the 10. Understood. Okay, GG bottom, so we're middle bottom. No, Falchcraft is now going top. Middle shelf top, Rostislav. I think we're close enough. Middle. Let's go top because we've got 2 rows. Let's go in the back here. Right. I can hear Debo running up the stairs. 211. Whenever I write group pick on the bottle, it just reminds me how bad our tasting notes must have been. No, wrong one. Longrow 18.
Oh, you would be that one.
That is the Longrow Red Cabernet. No. What was I saying? Yeah, it just reminds me how bad our notes are. Right, let's pour. Let's get the business out of the way while Deepa's getting the fun. All right, well, it doesn't look like we're in bourbon land. And it doesn't look like we're in super high ABV either, although it could be. You never know. Bobby J, now that is a great price, Donna Pass. What did you buy, Tim? Saw a Longrow 18 in Total Wine yesterday for 208. Looked it up, and that's a good price now. Yeah, now. But it should be cheaper. Well, hopefully when Deepa brings the bottle up, I'll check the label and see what we paid for it. It's quite a bit cheaper in the UK, even on the auctions, I think. Let's see, but standalone, is it worth 168 when you think what else you can get? Yeah, what else can we get? Yes, at 168. Okay, what have you brought up now? Good try. We paid Tim. We bought this in 2018 in the UK because it's a 70cl bottle.
Then you bought another one.
And my parents brought it over. We only paid $124 for this one.
And then you bought another one from you.
We bought another one recently. Okay, I can refer to the spreadsheet. Longrow 18. Let's see. 208. Yes, Tim. 208. Something like that. No, we bought one. Yeah. That seems to be the price now.
From Dr. Fine.
I got one. Apparently I got one at the auction for 139. It's at my brother's in Scotland. Right, Longrow. Oh, Alan. Thank you very much, Alan. Small contribution to the Springbank Fund. Also, I really love how consistent you both have been with these tastings since COVID started. A source of escape for me. Ah, thanks, Alan. It's actually been a good source of escape for us as well. But we have racked up quite a few now, haven't we? Doing 2 a week. I did say that we will have to cut down. Cheers, Alan. We will have to cut down as I get closer to December's marathon. But not yet. 2 names in the hat, Alan, for the next drawing. Okay. I will refresh my memory on today's. Getting better. It's getting better the more I know it's Springbank. You did say cheesy. Okay, how was the Longrow? See, I always go...
It's potato came down. You may have to move down.
For me, Longrow is Highland Park that grew up in Campbelltown.
That is very, very, very good. But again, after that, the second half, it goes down. And it is good.
It is very close.
Do you prefer bourbon 18?
I would go with the Longrow myself. Oh, let me go one more time on the bourbon.
18.
No, that's the Longrow.
18.
They're all 18, Deepa.
I'm the bourbon.
No, that's Longrow.
Oh, about this one. Oh.
That is Longrow. That is Longrow.
This?
That is this one.
This. Yes. Okay, so I think it's this. This one is slightly more smoky, but this one is more creamy. There is spark. I'd rather go for the 2.
Fair enough. Is this a head?
Yeah, there is. Yes.
But you preferred the Bunner, and I preferred the Aaron. I think we are right here then. Now, I don't have the box for that Springbank 18 anymore. I don't think. I think it got thrown out a while ago.
I'm just surprised about this one buried in other stuff.
It's not. We just bought it without putting it in the blind bottles. It just feels like cheating.
Yeah, so therefore just buy the 2 of others.
Okay, how about this one?
Oh wow, I like that one.
Well, we'll have to wait until Thursday to find out what bottle number 211 is. Okay, let me have a quick run in with the chat before we go.
And
Let's see. A bourbon after the second Springbank surprise would be crazy. Could it be another Springbank? Smash the like, thanks Bob. Nice strategy, Deepa. What was that? Just keep bringing up all the Longrows. Donapass. Yeah, got my 2019 from the Whiskey World in the UK. Back when... they had 5 different releases of Longrow 18 at that time. Wow. Whisker 101. For the sake of the marathon, I think you probably need to pause. Better or worse, that's true. Or rather, forget the marathon and let's go all out in December. So the marathon is December 5th.
on Sunday.
At the end of this month, I think we'll go down to 1 show per week. And I think Sunday is probably more fun than Thursday. Because Sunday's my long run day. I ran 19 this morning. It was actually a very good day, apart from the slight smokiness.
So you prefer Thursdays?
No, I think we'll go to Sunday only. And then November, there'll be no drinking for me. Deepa can do a solo show.
No. I cannot do.
Alan. Oh, hang on. We got a chat. Deepa is the Rex to Phil's Daniel, Doug. Thank you very much, Doug. You get 4 names in the hat for that. 4 for Doug. I think that is right. So this would be the equivalent of letting Rex do the show by himself. Donapass. Quite a few, quite crazy how times have changed. There's also around $200 here in Dallas. Yeah. Springbank 10 pushing 70, 80. I think it's more like 90 here, Alan. Like how you're thinking, Whiskey 101. Let's see, where else? Rostislav, Springbank 10 is 100 for the last couple of years. Yeah, we're starting to see those prices here as well. I'd plead to a post-marathon virtual whiskey party. Yes, we could do a catch-up of a month's whiskey drinking after the marathon. Let's see. Whiskey 101. But we can push the Springbank bourbon off the shelf because it's from Campbelltown. Some other whiskey is going to have to jump off. Bye-bye, Talisker. No, it's true. I think we are going to push the bourbon off. That $500 bottle at auction today. Is that what it's still going for? Let me check one more time. Current highest bid is £280 for what we're about to push off the shelf.
That is so funny.
I'll second a post-marathon virtual tasting. Okay. Francisco, blessings for both of us. Well, I wasted a lot of money trying to find a good bourbon. And couldn't find it. Can you recommend Battlements 2? Can you recommend Battlements 2? I don't know what that means, Francisco.
Parker.
Colonel Parker. I'm not even gonna correct it. And couldn't find it. Can you recommend? If you're asking us to recommend a bourbon, our favourite bourbon is Old Perth 23-year-old from Scotland.
No, not really.
Donapass, he's going for Deepa Solo, yes. Alan, let's see, Springbank 12, bottoms are around 92 here. So I know, well, I doubt it will be next time you go shopping, Alan, but that is a good price for the cask strength. Yes, it definitely is, because they're more like 130 here. No Springbank in Quebec, Jason. Oh, okay, strike Quebec off the potential places to retire to.
Yes, I'm not good there.
We've been to Montreal, but I wasn't looking for whiskey at the time.
Bus.
Is Montreal in Quebec? Sorry.
Maybe go bust.
Ignorance. Yes. Okay.
I put 4.
4 names in the hat. 4, was that Doug? Who was it? I'll have to scroll back up now to see. Who was the last chat from? Yes, Doug. Thank you very much, Doug. That is much appreciated. Did you get your coins? Here they are. Have we finished? Well, at least it's a Springbank pushing a Springbank off the shelf.
But I'm still not sure. Because the first half is so good in this one, but the second half is the body where this one is bad, but he keeps going for all time.
I think it is funny that we called it boring perfection. Because it's obviously hitting enough notes of Springbankiness that we like, but just not quite enough to fill out the picture. Okay, we're always welcome for a visit. We could bring a few up in the car. Jason, what about that? Alan, we should get a community whiskey sharing, splitting, shipping club going. The problem is the Canadian border has a very high no-chill filter. It's hard to get anything through it. I think it's very obvious that you must retire to Campbelltown, of course, Whiskey 101, and live on a small farm called Local Barley.
For me, yes.
Perfect.
I would love that.
Okay, that's how we should close out today's show. Retirement plan for Campbelltown, the wee tune, Local Barley. Yes. Thanks everyone for watching. We will see you on Thursday to find out. I've forgotten what that was, but there were strong flavours. Different. All right. Bye. Are we having pizza today? Are we having pizza or anything fun?
If you're going to make a pizza, do
I have to make it now? It's less fun now that I think about making it.
Oh, I can make pasta.